In 1983, Indian kitchens were filled with the aromas of slow-cooked traditional meals. The idea of a quick snack was almost unheard of. Then, Nestlé introduced Maggi, a bright yellow packet promising a hot, tasty meal in just 2 minutes. For a country used to hours of cooking, this was revolutionary. At first, people were skeptical. Noodles weren't a staple, and the taste was new. Nestlé wasn't just launching a product, they were introducing a whole new food category. They targeted working women and their children, positioning Maggi as the answer to sudden hunger pangs. The catchy 2-minute noodles tagline and bright packaging sparked curiosity. Children loved the novelty and pestered their mothers to buy it. This pester power became a key driver of Maggi's early success. Mothers saw it as a quick, harmless way to make their kids happy. Maggi slowly made its way from store shelves into Indian kitchens. Over the next decade, it became more than just a snack. It became a cultural icon. It was the go-to meal for late-night study sessions and hostel students. For many, it was the first thing they learned to cook. Boiling water, adding noodles, and stirring in the masala tastemaker became a rite of passage. Everyone had their own way of making Maggi. Some added veggies, others eggs, some kept it plain. This personal touch turned Maggi into a cherished food memory for millions. Maggi wasn't just selling noodles, it was selling comfort and nostalgia. It became a symbol of warmth and a quick, home-cooked meal. The brand's journey from skepticism to staple was built on curiosity, convenience, and emotional connection. Maggi's story is proof that sometimes a simple idea can change the way a nation eats. It bridged the gap between tradition and modernity, one bowl at a time. Today, Maggi is more than a snack. It's a part of India's collective memory. And it all started with a promise: a delicious meal in just 2 minutes. When Maggi arrived, there was no instant noodle market in India. Nestlé had to build it from scratch. Their strategy focused on the emotional bond between mother and child. Early ads showed caring mothers preparing Maggi for hungry kids, making it more than just fast food. It was a mother's love in a bowl. The mummy, bhook lagi hai, and bas 2 minute lines became part of everyday language. These relatable ads made Maggi the hero of small, everyday moments. Beyond TV, Nestlé conducted sampling in schools and markets, letting kids taste the unique masala flavor. This bottom-up demand fueled Maggi's growth. Distribution was key. Maggi was everywhere, from big supermarkets to tiny village stores. This deep reach meant Maggi was always within arm's reach no matter where you lived. The combination of emotional advertising, smart targeting, and wide distribution created a powerful flywheel. The more people tried Maggi, the more they loved it. And the more they bought. Maggi became a trusted friend in the kitchen, not just a product. This deep-rooted trust would become Maggi's greatest asset, especially in times of crisis. Building a market from zero required patience, creativity, and relentless focus on the consumer. Maggi's success shows that creating demand is as much about emotion as it is about product. And once you win hearts, the market follows. India's diversity meant Maggi couldn't rely on just one flavor. The classic masala was a hit, but Maggi soon launched new variants inspired by regional tastes, like chicken, chatpata, and masala magic. This showed Maggi was listening to what Indians loved. Healthier options like atta and oats noodles followed, appealing to health-conscious parents. These innovations expanded Maggi's customer base and kept the brand exciting. By constantly introducing new products, Maggi stayed relevant and in the news. It transformed from a single product into a platform for quick meal solutions. Maggi's willingness to adapt made it feel like an Indian brand, not a foreign one. Customization and innovation were key to embedding Maggi in India's food culture. The brand's evolution mirrored the changing tastes of a new generation. Maggi's success lies in its deep understanding of the Indian palate. In 2015, Maggi faced its biggest crisis. A food safety regulator alleged high lead levels and undeclared MSG in Maggi noodles. The news spread rapidly, fueled by 24-hour media and social platforms. Trust built over decades vanished almost overnight. Parents who once trusted Maggi now feared it. The hashtag #MaggiBan trended as the crisis became a national talking point. The government ordered a nationwide recall and ban. For the first time in 32 years, Maggi disappeared from shelves. The financial loss was huge, but the blow to reputation was even greater. The crisis was a perfect storm: children's health, viral media, and a beloved brand. Nestlé's initial response was seen as slow and defensive. The episode exposed how fragile brand trust can be. Decades of goodwill were at risk in a matter of days. The nation wondered, could Maggi ever recover? The answer would depend on how Nestlé responded. Nestlé knew a simple apology wouldn't be enough. They complied with regulators, recalling and destroying over 400 million packets. This painful step showed they put consumer safety above profits. Next, Nestlé launched a transparent PR campaign, sharing test results, answering questions, and opening a dedicated website. The global CEO addressed the media, insisting Maggi was safe. The We Miss You Too campaign tapped into nostalgia, inviting people to share their Maggi memories. The campaign went viral, shifting the conversation from fear to love. In August 2015, the Bombay High Court lifted the ban after new tests cleared Maggi. Maggi returned with new packaging and a digital-first relaunch on Snapdeal, creating massive buzz. Welcome kits sold out in minutes, signaling consumer excitement. Nestlé's strategy combined compliance, transparency, emotional connection, and smart marketing. This multi-pronged approach enabled one of the most remarkable brand comebacks in history. Maggi's return was more than a relaunch. It was a restoration of trust. The crisis became a turning point, proving the power of resilience. Maggi's comeback was powered by digital media. The Snapdeal online relaunch created scarcity and excitement. Welcome kits sold out in 5 minutes. This digital buzz set the stage for Maggi's return to stores. Maggi collaborated with food bloggers, YouTubers, and influencers who shared creative recipes and personal stories. User-generated content made Maggi feel authentic and fun again. The #MerryMaggi campaign invited everyone to share their own Maggi moments. Maggi's digital-first approach allowed real-time engagement and feedback. The brand launched web series and short films celebrating Maggi's role in people's lives. This two-way conversation was a stark contrast to old-school advertising. By embracing digital, Maggi connected with millennials and Gen Z, ensuring its relevance. The digital strategy didn't just rebuild the brand, it made it stronger. Maggi's story became a case study in modern brand recovery. The crisis proved that digital engagement is essential for today's brands. Maggi's success isn't just about taste or ads, it's about reach. From hypermarkets in big cities to tiny kirana stores in remote villages, Maggi is everywhere. Nestlé's distribution network is a logistical marvel, built over decades. In urban India, Maggi is visible in modern retail chains and neighborhood stores alike. In rural India, a network of distributors and vans ensures even the smallest shops are stocked. Affordable small packs make Maggi accessible to all income levels. This dual urban-rural strategy created a competitive moat. New brands struggled to match Maggi's reach. After the 2015 crisis, this network enabled a rapid comeback. Maggi's physical availability is the silent hero of its enduring success. Distribution is the backbone of the brand's dominance. Maggi's story proves, if you're not everywhere, you're nowhere. Maggi's journey is a masterclass in branding, innovation, and resilience. Emotional branding turned noodles into comfort and nostalgia. Knowing your audience and adapting to their tastes kept Maggi relevant. Product localization and constant innovation are essential for survival. The 2015 crisis showed the importance of swift, transparent crisis management. Nestlé's honest communication and emotional campaigns rebuilt trust. Distribution is as crucial as marketing. If people can't buy your product, nothing else matters. Maggi's comeback proves that with deep consumer connection and courageous leadership, a crisis can become an opportunity. The brand's resilience is a lesson for all marketers and leaders. Maggi stands as a symbol of how to turn adversity into advantage. Its legacy is built on trust, adaptability, and relentless focus on the consumer. In the end, Maggi is more than a snack. It's a story of hope and comeback. And that's a recipe worth remembering.